Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Orpington Baptist Church Midweek News. Usual couple here, it's myself, Phil, the youth minister, and the senior minister here, Martin, my friend. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, really good.
Good.
And, it's good to be together again and sharing.
You're off to Wales, aren't you, next week?
Yeah,
on Friday?
we're going to Brecon Beacons. I've never been to the Brecon Beacons, so we'll see.
Ah.
It's got a hot tub in the back garden of this cottage, which
Buddy will enjoy that.
Looking forward to.
The dog will be enjoying that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Really good week this week. We're really looking forward to showing you this video, which we'll do shortly, Martin. We're planning this book club, aren't we?
Yes.
Second book club we've run in since last year, and this one combines books and videos.
Yes.
And it's from Kintsugi Hope. Shall we watch the video or shall we talk first? What's your preference?
Well, just to say that, we're turning the kind of the book club into a course, and because it's helped by the videos that are going to be shown each week, and then people will be put in discussion groups, and really the theme is emotional, mental well-being. And the director, the writer of the book, Patrick Reagan, is also the director of a Christian charity called Kintsugi Hope, which is all about mental and emotional well-being. Actually, Mark and Emily Pierce are running the London Marathon in support of the charity Kintsugi Hope.
I tip my hat to them twice. To run a marathon is some feat, and to do it for such a wonderful charity is another.
Yeah.
And I know through your daughter, actually, Kintsugi Hope are offering different packages to help teach children in schools.
That's right.
Yes. Which is just as vital as it is for any other generation, really. And it's great. This charity are fantastic. And for those that don't know what Kintsugi Hope is, Kintsugi is a Japanese phrase or word, which means where you usually have a broken pot and we try and use clear glue over here to make it look normal. Kintsugi is all about painting the cracks with gold glue to make those cracks shine. And that's all about how you are broken, and we are all broken in different ways, but actually those cracks can really help make us, and we shouldn't be afraid of where we've been and what we've been through. So I really like how they kind of deal with that.
Yes,
and they do actually do practical things like sell cracked jars and pots for you to go and make, which is brilliant.
Yes,
but the book is fantastic, bouncing forwards, and Patrick Reagan has done a little bit of a promo clip, a couple of minutes long. So let's watch that now together, and then we'll talk about the book.
Hey, it's Patrick Reagan here from Kintsugi Hope, and I'm really excited to tell you about the 4th National Big Church Read. And I am so thrilled and humbled that my book, Bouncing Forward, has been chosen for this. Notes on Resilience, Courage and Change. I actually started writing this initially in January 2019, as I'd written a previous book called Honesty Over Silence. It had a tagline, "It's okay not to be okay." And I had so many emails after that book that were both heartwarming and heartbreaking. And as I read the emails, I was like, you know what? I don't want people to be stuck not being okay. I want them to thrive. And by definition, resilience is about thriving in the midst of adversity. But then COVID hit, and then the unjust murder of George Floyd. And I was like, how do I write a book on resilience now? My wife was like, you know what? People need to hear this stuff. For a time such as this, we need to thrive in adversity. And so I studied. I've never worked so hard on a book in all my life. And as well as studying the theologians, I studied some of the brightest minds in psychology and business and life coaching and sport and activism, and trying to grapple with what does resilience look like. And I realized that resilience, like many had described beforehand, was not bouncing back. Why do I want to bounce back to my pre-trauma self? I have learned so much through this period. Resilience is about bouncing forwards. It's about taking those lessons and realizing we've been changed for good and for bad in some ways. And so it was a fascinating journey, and I would really encourage you to come on it with me on the big bounce forward. Do it in small groups, do it with your church. Every week there'll be a little video of me explaining what inspired me to write this chapter. It could be an amazing time together. You know, as an advocate for good mental health, I think sometimes it's good for us to get off a screen and to grab a book and to go on a journey as a community together, exploring some of these big themes. So check out The Big Church Read.
You know,
Brilliant.
Patrick Reagan's a great guy, and he put on Facebook yesterday that the first edition has sold out, that it needs to be reprinted because it's been so popular with people, which is just great. And but you can still get it through Amazon and other places, but it's being reprinted, which is wonderful, and shows you the desire of people to really think about this whole subject of well-being. Just now, I messaged him, Phil, and
you love a name drop.
Yeah, and said, you know, congratulations, and we're looking forward to doing it here at Orpington Baptist. He messaged me back, which was really kind of him, and said he
Who
looks
is
forward
this?
to hearing.
Stop stalking me.
And you know, God bless as
that's
you do
lovely.
this. So
It's
that was
lovely,
nice.
and I love the fact that the book's called. If we could just go over to this, actually, the book's called Bouncing Forwards, and I love how he spoke about why do we want to go back to before it happened? We need to move forwards.
Yes,
and
yes.
I love that little analogy they've got, and here it is. You can see it on your screen, guys. The book Bouncing Forwards, as Martin said, is available on Amazon, and whilst it is great to be able to get off our screens and read a book, this is a fantastic opportunity because it combines videos and reading. And as you see on the screen, from Thursday the 9th of September for 10 weeks, we will run this course on Zoom, and it will be available to absolutely anyone who wants to join. We recommend you buy the book. We recommend you get a copy. And if you can't afford one, let us know. We will happily provide one for you. But we recommend you get the book. And how it works is that you read chapter 1 in the lead up to Thursday the 9th of September. And then on Thursday the 9th of September, we show you a video that's been released that goes alongside that chapter. And then in small groups, we will put a few questions together and see what the book is saying to us, and just discuss how you think it went. And if some of you feel able and confident, maybe brave enough, you could share your own experiences of trauma and emotional health, which could really encourage others and offer ways to support. So, and it will work that way every week for 10 weeks, won't it? And a brilliant idea, a really, really good.
We've got about 22, I think.
Yes, I think it works
people
out.
signed
Yeah.
up so far. But I can't. We're confident that there will be quite a few more as well.
I hope so.
So let us know if you'd like to be part of this course running in September, from the 9th of September. We'd love you to be part of it, and for us to have a great time together as we think about our own emotional well-being.
It's brilliant because it's so important, isn't it, Martin? We've spoken about it before, and we've got many people in the church actually that would see themselves as experts on mental health and trauma and things, but a lot of us take good care of our physical health, don't we? We look after. We watch what we eat. We watch what we drink. We watch if we try and exercise and so on and so forth. But do we watch what goes into our minds? Do we ever pay attention to the emotional and mental trauma that can come with that? And some of it we can't help. You know, some of us have been through some really horrible things in the past, and that really hurts us. And you know, but this book I really feel is going to help us learn and try and bounce forwards from troubling times. And actually, Martin, it's great because I don't know of many other books where they're Christian based,
Yes.
with mental health at the heart of it.
Yes.
So I think that's really important for people to be on board with.
Yes, and I've read the book, and I encourage you to. It's not it's not a hard book to read. It's full of personal stories actually. So it'll be a lovely book to read over the summer break, and just to enjoy it and be inspired by many of the stories in there, and come together for this course, and let's put our broken pieces together.
Yeah, let's encourage
with
one another.
gold.
Let's encourage one another as well. I think it's so important.
Absolutely.
And to do it as a group, to do it as a church is just fantastic. It really, really is. So, yeah, looking forward to that starting in September. So plenty of time, really. Another 4 or 5 weeks to buy the book, to sign up as well. As you can see from the from there, the Zoom details are already there, but myself and Martin would love to speak to you about it if you're thinking about joining up on it. And our details, as always, are on our website, which is at the bottom of your screen. So, yeah, get involved. But maybe not phone Martin next week. He's going to have no signal up in the Brecon Beacons.
Yeah.
He's going to be too busy getting lost in mountains
Good
and
idea.
chasing after Buddy, who'll be chasing after sheep. And
Yes.
so on.
Yes.
But Martin, looking forward to many things coming up this summer. Your break is going to be fantastic for you. We've got, if I could just mention, the Youth Week coming up next week. I'm so excited, guys. From next Monday, we've got a whole week of activities lined up for young people across our community. Monday is a really exciting day because we're actually taking over the town centre square, which is situated outside the library. We are offering a free barbecue. We're offering loads of different challenges, from hanging bar to guess how many sweets are in a jar, to wire buzzer games that you can't hit the wire. We've got football challenges. We've got a Christian DJ. So much going on, and there are prizes to be given out as well. Get yourself down there. It's all free, and the idea behind it is that we just want to get to know some of the people in our community, specifically young people. That's where I'm so passionate about, and just meet them and chat to them and see how they're doing, but also to invite them to the Saturday service. So on the 14th of August, we've got a youth service here at church. I must mention, we're working with Green Street Green with this. Becky, the youth worker at Green Street Green, is just as passionate as we are, and we're working together to put this youth service on the Saturday, and that will be here at 7:30 p.m. It will be loud, it will be good fun, and we'll be delivering some great teaching as well, and you are all so welcome. So please get in touch if you want to come to either of those things. In the middle of that, there's some days out, but unfortunately the deadline for those have gone and the coaches are already full up. On the Wednesday, we've got fire pit acoustic worship in our car park. We're going to try not to set the church on fire. We may sing about it with Wren Collective, but I don't think they mean it physically. So we're going to have a nice fire pit, toasted marshmallows, hot chocolate, and our worship leader Dan is going to lead us with some acoustic worship to really have a nice feel for the evening. So that is next week. It's going to be great. We're really excited. And there is an age limit, though, so even if you were around, Martin, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you wouldn't be allowed to come.
It's a shame. Some of us are just too old, but not in spirit.
Not in spirit, absolutely.
But we pray God's blessing upon that, and that's really exciting.
It is,
piece of work, and may many young people in our community and through our churches be really blessed.
It would just be so lovely to see more young people come to church, get to know Jesus, find out why other people have this hope in their heart, and we can tell them all about the good news of Jesus. And that's what we're all about. You know, we want to be outwards looking. We are that as a church. So to be out there on the Monday is a real excitement. So yes, look out for us on Monday. Come down to the high street. The weather's, we pray, is going to be okay, and that should be a good week. And
before that, you're going to preach on Sunday as well.
Yes, and you left me with a lovely psalm to preach on, Martin.
Well, we chose it because you just had a scan of the growing baby in Sarah, and now, of course, baby Naomi, so being fearfully and wonderfully made, I think you've got quite a personal story to tell.
I could go on for ages and wax lyrical about what's gone on in my own life. I promise not to bore you guys for a long time, but yeah, it's a real honour to be able to talk to you about Psalm 139 and how we are all fearfully, wonderfully made, and we are with a God who just knows everything. So, do be blessed. And you can come to church now without needing to book. Yes. We're well into that zone of coming out of lockdown. We are have been thrilled. Actually, the last 2 weeks have been a blessing because we've been able to sing. We're still recommending you wear masks, but hey, we can sing. It's just lovely to hear the congregation sing. Did you hear my son singing on my shoulders?
I did
on Sunday.
Yes, I did.
He's as tone deaf as me, but he has got no fear at 2 years old to sing to the top of his heart. Bless him.
It's just such a joy to see children enjoying worship.
It is, yeah.
And we often see that, and it's I just love seeing that. And so Sunday, and the worship team, our worship team leader is back.
Yep.
Dan leading the team.
Yeah,
and
missed him. We've missed him.
Inspiring worship and a great word from Phil. What more could you want? Please come on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. And so much more going on this week, guys. We thank you for your prayers last week when we met with Lolly for the homeless advice shelter that we started on Friday.
Yeah.
And it was just a blessing to welcome her, Lolly, and a volunteer called Kim into the building to see how they work and just to welcome anyone else that's coming in and need advice regarding being homeless. And that's a shelter, an advice drop-in centre that's going to be running every Friday here at OBC.
Yes.
Between, is it 9:30 and 3:30 every Friday? I think?
9:30 to 3:30.
And it was lovely to see some people and welcome them in. And we just pray God's blessing on the work that they're doing, really, because as Lolly explained last week, they are trying to prepare for what they describe as a tsunami of homelessness in the wake of this pandemic. So we really do feel thankful that there's a space here for them to try and support people.
Yeah, I'm really pleased about that outreach advice centre, and I think it's going to be much needed in weeks and months to come.
It will be, yeah, absolutely. We've had no cafe this week. We've got that next week. Karen's enjoying a much-deserved break in the New Forest, her and her husband Rob. But we are back next week with some delightful cakes on Wednesday and Thursday for you to drop in. Wednesday and Thursday between 10 and 12. And Meals on Wheels back as well, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes. And also to say, because we're really active as a church in pastoral care. If you don't know that, we are, and it's for people. It's for people from the cradle to the grave, really. You know, we care about people, not just older people, but people of all ages and of all backgrounds.
Yeah.
Whether people have been in the church for many years or whether they've just arrived. And
it's
we
busy.
Have many of both.
Very busy.
Phil's mum has been one of the key people in pastoral care, Ruth, and this week Ruth has given us the news that it's time for her to have a sabbatical for her own kind of health reasons. She's been really under pressure, and we want to give her a sabbatical, and she wants to come back to it in months to come, but we need to give her a rest. But also we've partly because of Ruth stepping away for a while, we've recruited a lovely lady that many of the church know called Janice Cotton to help us. So alongside Phil and David Jones and myself and Sue Davis and Adi Sadipi, we now have Janice Cotton as well, and in months to come, Ruth, when she comes back to it, as our pastoral care team, which is great. And
it's lovely. I think actually it's quite interesting. We're talking about mental health and bouncing forwards, and you know, everyone has this wheelbarrow that they carry around, and at times you need to offload. You need to empty that wheelbarrow, and I think my mum's at that point now. She's got 6 grandchildren that she's always so keen to look after, and 3 children who don't stop asking after her, and other things as well. So it's great that she can just step back a bit. She's hoping to go on holiday with her family at the end of August as well for a much needed break. So thank you, Mum. And I know that everyone in the church has been grateful for the work that you do, and actually not just you, Mum, the whole pastoral care team. I know so many people are blessed by the constant outreach that occurs to bless people and support them in whatever they're going through.
People, I hope, know that we're there for them, and if you don't, please know it, that we're there for you as a church family, and we want to just share God's love with one another.
Amen. Hey, it's lovely to see you guys, and we look forward to seeing you soon, maybe on Sunday morning for live worship. But until then, God bless.
Bless you. Bye-bye.